So I'm fascinated about that. So you said earlier that Bluecrest can do a test for, I'm going to not remember the phrase you mentioned, the
Inflammation or
no, the
H. pylori.
H. pylori.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a test for that. What does that look like? How does that work?
Yeah, so we do a big range of additional tests on top of our health assessment. So it can be blood tests, we have stool tests, urine tests, lots of take-home kits, and we can identify whether, through the blood test, whether you've got those antibodies. So and that could mean you've either had the infection or you've got the current infection, currently, of which we would advise you to go and have investigation and see whether that needs treating.
So some employees are fortunate enough for their employer to pay for them to have a health screen.
Yeah.
But some other employers will offer it as an option through a flexible benefits portal.
Yeah.
So if I was to purchase a health check, would some of these things naturally be included in that?
It depends at what level. We've got entry level right up to our advanced screening, which has got a range of the cancer tests. But what we do in all of our basic screenings is your biochemistry, really looking into your blood health. And one of the main things we're really picking up is comorbidities around your blood pressure, your biometrics, your weight, and of course your cholesterol. And all of those put you at risk of cardiovascular disease. But we have got a lot of interest at the moment into the inflammatory profile. So I think there's a high chance that some of our corporate, partnerships will be looking to bring that profile into our basic assessments. And within that, we found some real key markers, particularly to measure inflammation specifically.
What would some of those key markers be?
Yeah, so one is called high sensitivity CRP. People listening to this may well have heard of CRP before. It's a blood test, and we normally use that when you're unwell in hospital, maybe with an acute infection, and it will show whether you've got those raised markers in your blood. You've got an acute infection normally. We do high sensitivity, which means we can pick up those inflammatory markers at a much lower level, e.g. we're picking up that chronic inflammation. So it's a simple blood test. Alongside the CRP, we measure ferritin, which is a protein that stores iron, but it's an acute phase reactant. So if there's infection in the body, you'll see your ferritin go up. So lots of people that might have things like rheumatoid arthritis, we would expect to see a raised ferritin. So they're the two main blood markers. And then we've put in the grip strength test. So I don't know if you've seen the hand.
I have done one of those myself.
And actually, there's so much value in that test because what we're showing is those people with a lower grip strength are likely to have a higher inflammatory level. And conversely, those with good strength are likely to have lower inflammatory levels. So a grip strength is a great way to continually, if you want to track your health, doing that test every year is a great way to help track your potential longevity. So that's our profile at the moment, and it's really popular, and I really would recommend it.
Brilliant. I love that. This has been fascinating for me because I've never had so much information about inflammation, which I knew I wasn't going to be able to say, but then I just got it right.
You've done it.
I got it right. So thank you so much for coming along and talking to us
okay.
about this.